Why your executive resume screams next. Let me ask you straight. Are you submitting your resume, your CV, and hearing nothing? Zero calls, no interviews, just deadly silence. Well, here is the truth. Your executive resume, your CV, might be screaming next louder than it is whispering, interview me. I'm going to tell you why. I'm Martin Buckland, a global executive resume writer, passionate about educating business professionals on executive career management and how to create a dynamic ATS friendly, performance driven resume or CV. Your resume, your CV most likely looks like a job description, not a sales document. Let's start with the biggest cardinal sin I see. You've copied and pasted your job descriptions. You've listed duties. You've listed responsibilities. You've listed managed a team of 10 and responsible for regional operations. That's terrible. That's not selling. That's what used to be in a resume or a CV 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago. Hiring decision makers today don't want to know what you are responsible for. They want to know what you've achieved. Performance, performance, performance. What was the impact? Where's the growth? Where's the transformation? Where are the metrics? Figures, facts, and figures will sell you. Zero accomplishments, zero equals zero chance of having an interview. It's resume, CV chaos out there. ATS can say goodbye to you pretty fast. If your resume is loaded with text boxes, graphics, fancy fonts, logos, colored shading, underlines, headers and footers, and much more, you will be counted out of that ATS going through the scanning application. It's very sophisticated. Your resume, your CV isn't an art project. Your mission isn't to make this crucial document pretty and colorful and one that ATS will reject. Applicant tracking systems, those very sophisticated automated gatekeepers, they want to see clean, simple, structured, performance driven, 3-page at the executive level document. One formatting error, one character in the wrong spot, and boom, you are gone. It's that sophisticated, even though you may be the perfect candidate, have 120% of the skills, what they're looking for. So you go from being visible, fed into the computer, the ATS, to invisible. In short, you've missed out on an opportunity for an interview. There we go. Don't sound like every other executive. Results oriented leader, strategic thinker, excellent communication skills. Yawn. That's a yawn. That's what everyone says. Where is your voice? What do you bring others don't? What is your differentiator? Where are your performance driven stories, accomplishments based on the acronym STAR? Situation, task, action, result. Situation, task, action, result. A generic resume CV won't cut it in today's very competitive market. You need a personal brand, your differentiator. Tell me why I should employ you. You're not talking at the right level. Here's the brutal truth. I see plenty of director level and above resume CVs written like mid level managers. No enterprise scope, no strategy, no financial metrics, no leadership metrics. Would you hire someone who shows you just their responsibilities? Of course not. If you were recruiting yourself, you want to see performance, how they make you money, how they save you money, etc. Accomplishments, accomplishments, accomplishments. If you want an executive role, You need to write like an executive. Talk P&L, talk market penetration, talk cost savings, talk restructuring, talk shareholder value. Your resume must echo the elements of an executive. It's all if it's all responsibility, zero strategy, zero metrics, etc., you're gone. You are gone. So executives are hired to think, not just to do. If your resume doesn't demonstrate vision, change management, accomplishments, innovation, cultural and business transformation, risk management, and much more, then you're not showing the full spectrum of executive thinking. You're playing small when you need to play big. Be bold, be humble. You're not speaking to the right audience. Your resume isn't for you, it's for that ATS, that sophisticated ATS system, HR, the executive recruiter, the hiring executive, the board chair, if you're lucky. Each of them is scanning for different things. If you don't tailor your messaging to hit all those touch points, you are falling flat. You are gone. That's why I always say, be aware of your audience at the other end. If you're using the same resume from 2015 or even 2018, the same format and the same content, you are gone. No, resumes have changed more in the last 2 years than ever before. So still using that CV from 10 years ago? Well, the rules have changed. The format and the content of a resume CV has changed more in the last 2 to 3 years than in my previous 30 years writing resumes and CVs. So today, resumes, CVs must pass that ATS before they reach a human eye and a human mind. Keywords matter more than ever. Keywords, I mean by buzzwords, functional, skill, level, industry specific buzzwords, hard skills. Accomplishment driven stories, formatting is non-negotiable. You need to have as many accomplishment driven stories as you can. There is a rule of thumb, 1.5 star stories, situation, task, action, result, star stories for each year for the last 10 or 12 years. The old reverse chronological or functional, bullet heavy, bland layout is obsolete, gone. If your resume hasn't evolved, neither will your career. So does your executive resume scream next? If it's outdated, responsibility heavy, over designed, or overwhelming, you already know the answer. So you need to fix it. Now, you only get one shot to make that first impression for both the ATS, then later the human eyes. Make sure it shouts. Create that wow factor. This is the leader you've been waiting for. If you're unsure where to start, I offer a free, no obligation, no pressure, no sales pitch resume critique. If you're interested in having that 30-minute resume critique, I will tell you in all honesty, I don't hold it back, what is wrong with that resume, that CV. Doesn't matter where you live in the world. If you're interested, send it to the address below here, and I will then organize schedule a time mutually convenient to both of us to have that 30-minute Zoom to go over your resume, your CV. But I do say it as is because you only get one chance to make that first impression. So send your resume, your CV to that address below. I'm Martin Buckland. Your career is your business. Why don't you manage it like a business? And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Martin Buckland, and press the bell button to be notified of upcoming videos.